Hey guys, it's Willow.
And Sybil. So
Welcome
today...
to another... Oh, fuck you.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, welcome to another episode of our podcast that no one asked for.
So today we are going to be giving some dating advice. A quick disclaimer, these are some opinions based on our personal experiences. We are by no means relationship therapists.
We're just your internet big sisters.
Yep.
Just your internet big sisters. We care about you guys. We want you guys to be safe. And honestly, we both probably have advice that we could give you that we wish people gave us.
So, what are you drinking today, Willow?
I'm drinking a Monster.
What
Ignore
flavor?
the fact that I was eating a pickle. Hi.
What flavor
Hello.
of Monster?
Let me look at it. The Ultra Paradise.
Nice. I actually have 2 drinks with me today. I've got a water
Wow.
and some peach tea from China.
Very nice. Ignore my crunching. I'm eating a pickle.
As one does. Alright, so...
I also have a guest today.
Oh, who's your guest?
We both know her. We both love her. Hi, little Sharky.
Oh, baby!
You want to say hello? Want to say hello to the peoples? You are crawling around trying to eat my goddamn pickle. Say hello!
Baby! It's the baby!
She's just headbutting the mic.
I love her.
I love her too. But oh my god, she is going to drive me insane.
Alright, so this is gonna be part 1 of the dating advice episode. The other part of the dating advice episode will be uploaded next year, around the same time. Eventually. So this is mainly going to focus on before you get into a relationship with someone, or when you're just starting out dating.
Exactly. So, the quickest thing is, just because we're talking about relationships, you might be sitting there feeling a little lonely, but I want to say, it's okay to be single. I don't know about you, but I know for me, I spent like a good chunk of time being single after like going from relationship to relationship, where most of the time I only gave like maybe a month in between. I think the most I did was 3 months. Since my last ex and I broke up, I think I went almost a year
Oh, wow.
before I actually felt ready to start dating again. Which Sybil knows. I just started dating someone, and I'm so glad I waited for him.
And it was probably
So-
for the best that you took some time for yourself and just kind of reevaluated,
definitely.
made sure you were in a healthy enough spot before you were going into a new relationship.
Exactly. I didn't want to be single, but you can also agree with this. Me being single for as long as I was, even though it wasn't necessarily by my choice, I was waiting for my ex to ask for me to come back because he told me that we would get back together. But looking back on it, being single was the best thing for me because of how bad my mental health was and just how bad everything was. And now I feel, am I fully mentally better? Oh, hell nah. But I'm better.
But that's just kind of a thing that someone who deals with mental illness, it's never going to be at 0. You're never going to be 100% healed.
Exactly. You just gotta find someone, though, that will,
Be understanding.
not embrace that, but, hold your hand through it.
Yeah.
But until that moment, it's okay to be single. Relationships are a lot of work. If you're a lazy girl or lazy dude like me, just stay single. Maybe eventually that person will walk into your life, but just wait until you're fully ready. There's nothing wrong with it.
And you have to make sure that you're in a healthy enough headspace that you don't unintentionally hurt your partner. So take some time to be on your own. Figure out what you like in all aspects, whether it's physical or hobbies, so that when you do get into a relationship, you know how to advocate for yourself, and you know what you like, and you will be able to tell your partner what you like.
Exactly. So, like, I know for me, with me becoming single, you know this. I'm still really into crocheting.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love making things. My partner loves knitting, and that's actually one thing that bonded us together when we first started dating.
Mm-hmm. I just love that for you so much. I just
Little
love
craft
imagining
dates.
you guys just sitting there, you doing your crocheting, him doing his knitting. It's just so, it's so beautiful.
Or us going to Hobby Lobby is dangerous. Dangerous, because we were both like, we're not going to buy any yarn. He walked away buying like 7 skeins of yarn. I bought the crocheting floss. We're both like, God damn it.
And before anyone comes for us about going to Hobby Lobby, it is the only craft store around the small town. The closest hobby store is an hour and a half away, and that Hobby Lobby is maybe a half an hour away.
Also, we used to have a craft store,
I miss it.
but they closed down years ago. I wish they didn't. I miss them.
I loved that craft store so much. It was like a little mom and pop shop almost, but with crafty things from
So much yarn.
Yes, and it had just such a cool array of stuff, from fabrics to paint to cookie cutters to just anything.
The writing art, calligraphy, you name it, they had it.
I'm so sad that they closed.
It's not a dumb upholstery shop. It's not dumb. I just don't like it.
Alright, so on to our next thing.
This is coming extremely from me, being someone who's prone into getting into like very toxic situations just because they seem interested in you or like they're giving you that attention you like. It doesn't mean they're entitled to your attention. So that goes for guys on dating apps, guys at bars, especially at bars or in person. That one's just more dangerous because they're face to face. I understand the dating world out there is definitely difficult, but if something seems a little off, trust your gut. Just because they're interested, if you're not interested, just don't go for it. Because you could end up in dangerous situations, or at least very uncomfortable ones, where you get to the point of, I don't want to talk to them, but I feel bad if I don't. And that is not a healthy, thing to have to go through. Take it from me. That happened to me. How many exes do I have? No, I wouldn't say that was all of them, but that definitely happened to me more than a couple times. In this world that we're in today, if you decide that you don't have any interest in them, but they're insisting on being a part of your life, it is a very awkward situation. And if you're like me and you're a people pleaser, it just puts you in some bad things. It's not good.
Don't compromise your comfort for the sake of someone else's.
Especially some men who are of a certain mindset. They are in the mindset of, oh, I hate women. And there's also women like this because they're not getting certain things. The moment they see that you're not interested, they guilt trip you into staying, or if you leave me, I'm gonna do this, and that's not fair.
That is manipulation.
And just know that's them just reaching for your attention. All you have to do is block them if that's what you choose.
Yeah, and if they really say that they're going to do something irrational or hurt themselves or hurt someone else if you try to leave them. Let the police handle that. That is not your responsibility. You can call the non-emergency number to do a wellness check on someone. You do not have to be the person that goes there and checks up on them just because they say they're gonna do something.
Or if you have any mutual friends, reach out to them so that they can help you. Or if it just gets to that point, do not go by yourself.
My first point is don't date at 19 years old. My sources, just trust me, bro. Don't do it. At 19, you are at an early adult age. Maybe not the most mentally stable or financially stable or just stable in general. It's just not a great idea to get involved with anybody at that age. And also at that age, you may come across people who are a little older than you or a little more experienced than you and will try to take advantage of you because of your possible naivety. So, at that age, it's just a gamble, no matter how you look at it.
It is just better to wait. My rule of thumb looking back at it is, even though I started kind of dating around at 19 as well, it's just kind of better for you to wait till you're 21. Because, you may not have the experience that you said, but also there's not really much to do at 19. At least at 21, you can go to bars or, actually have, drinks and all that. And then that opens a whole nother can of worms, but that's beside the point. If you're drinking anything, whether, even water on a date, never leave it unattended. If I left my drink unattended because I really had to use the bathroom, I would just, on the way back, ask my server to get me a new drink.
Yeah, exactly. If you're ever in doubt, just ask for a new drink. It can't hurt.
And the next thing is that I have always been prone to do. Don't rush into relationships. Just don't. Take time to get to know the person, as a person, face to face, before, getting into a relationship. Because, I won't lie, there was one person I dated that we went, Facebook official after, seeing each other the first date. Mind you, that was my longest relationship. You want to make sure that they see, with how mentally ill I am. The way that I determined it is, they see me at my best, and they need to see me at my worst. Because, if, not even, my worst, but, at least a breakdown. This sounds so bad. But, at least see, a breakdown, or, see me when I'm actually sad. Because I know when it comes to me, when I have a depressive episode, even a minor one, and a lot of people don't want anything to do with me, and I don't blame them. Because I don't text, I don't, want to do anything, I can't get out of bed, I am very prone to having, panic attacks and, just breakdowns. So, and honestly, if I'm gonna be, fully dating someone, because I want to, my goal for dating is for to, end up in marriage, of course. I want my little goth wedding. If they can't handle me having a simple breakdown, how are they gonna handle me if stuff gets worse? Because the thing about mental health, as you were saying earlier, is it can get better, but it's always going to be there. I could be the happiest ever and still feel overly anxious, still have my signs of agoraphobia, still, be extremely depressed, and if the person I want to be with for the rest of my life can't handle it at, a very simple point, I don't know. Which, for me, that's very important. And I never really thought about that until like actually recently. And I'm glad that I actually waited before making stuff official. I have, because this time I know like each time I start having a breakdown, he makes sure that I'm completely fine. He like completely makes sure that none of my uh like ticks that I have while I'm breaking down happen. Like he makes sure that I'm not thrashing my neck around. He makes sure that I'm not picking at my nails or scratching. It's great. It shows that they actually care. And that's what everyone deserves. So take time. Because just because someone shows that they care in the beginning does not mean they actually care.
Some people want to show a better side of them at the very beginning just to get you into a relationship with them, but then after actually being in a relationship, they don't keep it up, which is honestly disappointing. I don't know why people aren't just more upfront with how they are from the very beginning. But I understand the excitement of having a crush on someone or just wanting to be around someone that you like all the time, wanting to show them only your best and none of your worst. But if you want a meaningful, long-lasting relationship, you gotta show them the ugly parts too. And to kind of piggyback off of that, getting to know someone before getting into a relationship is be upfront on where you stand with social issues, because it could be a deal breaker for you. You don't want to be months, years down the line in a marriage and find out that they have a set of beliefs or a stance on something that you completely disagree with, and it completely changes how you see them. Because I myself have some stances on social issues that I don't think I would be able to be in a relationship if they believed the exact opposite.
Exactly. If the person, like, I'm okay with like compromising as long as they're not in my face about what they believe. I'm not gonna be in their face about what I believe. But like, it can make talks very interesting, because like if you're both open-minded and willing to learn, you get both sides.
At this point in the country that we live in, there is not much compromise happening at all as far as some beliefs go, and there's just not necessarily a way to bridge the gap because people are just so set in their specific beliefs that there's no way to have a decent conversation a lot of the time, because people are stubborn and they don't even want to entertain the thought of just debating, having a deep conversation without skipping to defensiveness. And it's not ideal in any sense, but it is what it is currently. But we're not gonna go out of our way to change someone's mind, because everyone will believe what they want to believe, and sometimes no amount of talking will change it either way.
So it's just better to like be with someone that you just already agree on, because you're not dating someone to change them. You're dating them to like have a future with them and like try to be a better person and make them a better person together. Up to the next point, I had to tell myself this so many times. You can have standards. You gotta make sure they're realistic, but you can have standards. So like if you're a vegetarian, you're allowed to have the standard of wanting to be a vegetarian. I understand, like, standards are fine. The only issues I have with what people call standards is like, like stuff that they can't change, or like, like nitpicking people's lifestyles. Because if you're an athlete, you would just automatically go for people who are also athletic, or at least like going to the gym.
Yeah, and it's always just boggled my mind how sometimes an athletic person will go for someone who is maybe not as athletic, or maybe has a few more pounds on them, and then expect them to change to become more athletic in the relationship. And that's not the right mindset to go into a relationship with. You want to get into a relationship because you like someone as they are, not how you want them to be.
Exactly. And the other thing that I find, I understand that people have preferences, but the thing is, I know these are preferences, but I have heard so many people, like when I was on dating apps before I met my partner, especially in the women, because we both know I love the women's as well as the men's and everyone. They call their preferences standards. So like they'll be like, if you're under 6 foot, I don't want anything to do with you. I have my standards. Dating people on height is already insane. Like, what's the point?
That's something I've never understood, because, like, if I vibe with you, I don't care how tall or short you are.
Like, do I have a preference on height? Yes. Just be taller than 5'3", because I'm 5'3". I actually prefer my women being shorter, but I don't care when it comes to women. With guys, I just want them to be like 5'3 1/4". Then I'm good.
I really don't. It really doesn't affect me at all if they're taller or shorter than me, no matter what their gender is.
I don't know why that's such an issue. Is it like the whole idea of if I have kids with you, I want to have tall kids? That's also a really weird thing to automatically base on when you're just meeting someone.
That's such an odd, almost clinical thing to say, too.
I think that is the case. Because I remember one of my family members telling me that she wanted to marry someone who was at least 6 foot, so if they have kids, they could be tall. I'm hoping I'm not quoting her wrong, because she did, in fact, marry someone over 6 foot.
And then when it comes to genetics, you never know how the kids are going to actually be when they're adults, because my dad was over 6 feet tall, my mom is 5'8", and I'm 5'4", so...
Both my parents are pretty average. My dad is 5'11", 6 foot, and then I don't know how tall my mom was, but I'm 5'3". Also, I just got the short end of the stick, really, in my family. Quite literally.
You can only control things so much. Genetics will do what they're going to do. Sometimes things skip a generation, sometimes not. But we can't control that. So if you're basing getting into a relationship on things like that, you just have to know that life may have different plans for you. You can't control everything.
And also, I like how this one has just turned into don't judge people for their height. But like looking at my previous relationships, I've dated people who were considered short. Like my current partner, I believe is 5'7" or 5'8". And you know how tall my last partner was. My last partner was 6'5". And honestly, he had such a fucking ego. Which, let's be fair, he's a narcissist. narcissist.
I have to say, I'm so glad he's no longer in your life.
Oh, me too. I'm so much happier now. And everyone in my, like, side tangent to the viewers, I just went official with my boyfriend. I caused a little bit of chaos on Facebook because a bunch of my family were like, Willow, not my actual name. Who's the man in your picture? I'm like, it's my boyfriend. I'm legitimately so much happier. I'm not worried about his mental health, which, if he did have mental health problems, I would stand with him. But it is nice for the idea of I don't like the idea that I'm the one who's struggling more. But like, looking back at all my relationships, you could say that even though I was struggling an extreme amount, I was putting my stuff aside to help my partners at the time with their stuff because they had more.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing, like, from the beginning of this episode, you have to make sure you're in a good enough mental space before you even get into a relationship. Otherwise, you will end up taking it out on your partner.
Exactly, which I'm not saying the fact that my partner helps me during that stuff is something I'm proud of. I feel bad each time, but it's nice to know that he does care enough to do that, because like, I do legitimately feel a lot better. I'm not depressed. I am very depressed, but that's not the point.
But it's different than treating them as your therapist, as opposed to just leaning on them in times where you're having a hard time.
And it's nice where, even though I'm going through my own stuff, I'm not having to put my stuff aside to help them, because they just have they're also autistic, and they have a decently bad ADHD. Yeah, think of how bad mine is. Now have the two of us together, it is hilarious. Add my other best friend, chaos. We just need to get you in the mix, and then your partner. It's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell. But and like, I can help with the anxiety that he does get, and just us being together, like, whether we're in public and all that, it does actually like drown out the voices in both of our heads, because he has minor anxiety. You and I both know I have severe anxiety and other things, but it is very nice, and I am so happy.
I'm so happy for you.
And just the fact that my cat loves him when she hates everyone,
That says a lot.
says something.
Mm-hmm. Going back to standards,
The heights.
if you wouldn't want to be held up to the standards that you have for other people, don't hold anyone else to them.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah, it's hypocritical in a way.
Like, oh god, that reminds me of, like, do you ever see those, like, they're like screenshots of that they're on Reddit, like dating profiles or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
where it shows like an old guy, like, let's say like 40s. I like how I just said that's old. That's not old. We love you. Let's go 40-year-olds. I'm already halfway there. We're great. Over halfway.
Yeah, we're more than halfway, I was gonna say.
But it's like the 40-year-old guys who are like overweight, like me, but they're like saying that, and they don't want to get a job, and their profile is like, I'm looking for a 25-year-old woman to be my girlfriend. She needs to have time for me. No male friends, but they can have female friends. No male friends. Has to make $70,000 a year. Has to be under 130 pounds. Like, you're looking at it and being like,
Buddy.
bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just so wild and unreasonable that it's laughable.
Like, I literally matched with someone before my lovely partner. You know me. I'm not the skinniest person. I have plenty of meat on my bones. I'm not gonna starve. There was this guy where he was like, I don't know how tall, but he weighed more than me. Like, he was a big dude. And he started getting mad at me because I swiped right on him, and obviously I didn't look at his profile, but he wanted girls that were like 5'8", which I'm 5'3", under 120 pounds.
We're not even gonna get into how unhealthy that is.
Please don't. Like, eating disorders are real. You're beautiful no matter what. Like, if it's like health concerning, that's the only line I'm gonna say. Like, I'm all about body positivity, but if you're like starting to get like health issues, that's a different can of worms. But no matter what, you are beautiful, and if someone tells you that you're not skinny enough for them, but they are bigger than you, wanna know what you do? You tell them to go fuck themselves. Yeah.
And this also goes for the people who have trouble gaining weight as well. We see you. You are beautiful, and we love you.
We love you, no matter what. Just don't be an asshole. And you're seen.
Your body is beautiful.
Your body is beautiful, and you should own it. And if someone tells you it's not, you shove your middle finger in their face. Because, god damn it, you deserve better than that attention. Giving you all the positive vibes. Speaking about vibes, one big thing for me is love languages. So like, I know for me, I have a little bit of everything. I love gift giving. I love words of affirmation. Like, you name it, I love it. Surprisingly. The only thing I don't like is physical touch. Like, maybe later on in the relationship, that's fine, but like, I don't like getting touched unless I completely am, like, I tell you it's fine. So like, my grandma would go to touch my back. I literally like arch my back so she can't touch me, and I feel bad each time. But the last thing you should do if you're like me and you don't like physical touch is dating someone who's like, if they only have one, because most people only really have one love language. They might have a couple others, but like, their main love language. If you don't like being touched, don't date someone whose main love language is physical touch. Because that's not fair to either of you. And even though you may get to the point where you're fine with it, that's not fair. Like, you should always date someone that you're compatible with in that sense. Because you'll end up feeling empty in the relationship, if you know what I mean.
Someone may feel, if you have incompatible love languages, that they're not being emotionally fed in that way. Like, they're not getting enough of what they need in the relationship, which is no fault of anyone.
And I'm not saying this happens every time, or this is the reason every time, but there are times where if, that person with a physical touch one, or they want words of affirmation, or you name it, if they're not getting it, there's documented times where they go and find it other places. I'm not saying that's why people end up cheating in relationships, but it's like, that could be like a reason why they even thought about it in the first place. And that's not fair to either of you.
And another thing about this is you have to communicate with your partner what you like, as we said earlier. Otherwise, they will never know. And if you stay quiet about it, you will never get that satisfaction. If your love language is words of affirmation and you never tell them, and they aren't typically someone that compliments people, how is that going to work? You need to let them know that you would appreciate some words of affirmation or compliments every so often. And if that appears to be too much for them, then it may be time to reevaluate the relationship, because that doesn't seem like a hard ask. And my next point is date someone within your education bracket. And I don't mean this specifically in a schooling sense, but just take a passage from any novel and have them read it out loud, and then you'll see what I mean. Be on the same page as far as knowledge of things goes. I think
It gets frustrating
about this every so often. So when I was younger, I was on dating apps just to find friends, mostly because I don't get together with people casually. And this dude told me with full confidence that a rooster was not a chicken.
I get that one. But, like, I know for me, and you, I don't know if I fully told you about this. It wouldn't have been my last ex. It would have been the one before him. I don't want to say where. The one that I was traveling a lot for. He did not know how to read. He knew just a little bit, but, like, we couldn't text. Because he wouldn't be able to read it the best.
Yeah, I remember you, like, when you were with him, you asked if I could send, like, voice notes because he wouldn't be able to read the texts. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and the weird thing was, he was, like, a year and a half younger than me. Yeah. But it's like...
Yeah.
And it put stress on both of us.
Like, at the very least, I would expect my partner to be literate.
Yeah. Like, I understood why he wasn't, but at the same time, he blamed his mom in the school system a little too much. It's like...
Meanwhile, he's a full-grown adult and had every opportunity to practice reading.
Like, there was times where I brought children's books with me, and he still didn't want to learn. So I got to the point where I'm like, dude, you just don't want to learn.
Yeah.
Just say that.
At that point, it is his fault if he's complaining about it but not changing it.
Yeah, I think he started a little bit, but it's like, dude.
Yeah.
What the hell? But no, that makes a lot of sense to be in the same education bracket.
Because as someone who reads somewhat frequently, I do take literacy and grammar somewhat seriously. Maybe it's because my dad was an English teacher and we were always reading books, but that's something that is important to me, so...
Fun fact. I did not know your dad was an English teacher till this very moment.
He was.
He honestly, looking back on it, he gave extreme English teacher vibes.
He really liked math, though.
He gave the same vibe as the freshman year history teacher, though. This is my biggest one. Especially looking at the past. If someone that you care about, like, points out a red flag in someone you're dating or talking to, even friends, take it seriously. How many times did you or my aunt, aka the person who draws all of our lovely pictures, love you, how many times did you two or even my father give me red flags about any of my exes, and my dumbass is just like, ha, fuck you, and ignored it just to fully realize that, oh yeah, no shit, you right. later on, but I'm too far into it and I'm too stubborn and I can't get out of it then because that means you guys are right.
People who care deeply about you would not mention it if it didn't have
That is a true story.
some importance to it.
That happened 5 times. AKA, I've had 5 exes. I don't know. Some red flags that I would like you guys to look out for. I'm not saying we're looking for all these red flags in people so you can be like, ha, don't date them. But it's like, some red flags you should honestly look for, in my opinion, is people who lie a lot. Like, not just like a lot. Like, I'm talking chronic liar. Everything coming out of their mouth is a lie.
And one of my red flags that I would say is if in every story they tell they are the victim, beware.
Exactly.
They have a victim mentality.
Are we talking about the same person? I think we're talking about the same person. I'm talking about the one where the mother wants me to come over. So are we?
Oh yeah,
We are
that's
talking
exactly
about
what I was thinking of.
God damn it!
Oh my god.
You know what? I don't care that this is gonna be in the video. Fuck. Okay, so basically, my last ex's.
And I can cut things
What?
out too. I can cut
Oh
whatever
no, I'm
out too.
fine with this stays in. This is just funny. My last ex's mother, she lives in the same little town as me, along with her son, who is my ex, and literally the day after I went public on Facebook with my boyfriend, where it says Willow is dating so and so, like all that, and like change my profile picture so it's us together. And mind you, that is a public thing. I don't want it just to be among my friends. If someone finds my profile, I want them to know I'm dating him. You know? Literally the day after, my ex's mom came through my job and started trying to persuade me to like come over to their house and hang out with her because she misses me being over there. I have not been over there since like the first week of this year. And I was honestly kind of thinking about it just being funny. She showed up at my job again today. And I have decided no, something feels off. But yeah, no, I'm so glad that we were both targeting him. Because even though my other exes had red flags, they were not notably as bad as his red flags, where everything was either about him being a victim, him being so gosh darn amazing, or him just fucking lying through his teeth.
Yeah, because everyone doesn't know this, but Willow's most recent ex,
The 6'5" one.
they used to work where Willow currently works and had told some stories about the workplace that Willow found out were lies when asking the people who currently work there.
Yeah, he lied through his teeth about his entire life, and it was so funny. And the worst part was, like, I knew of one of them, but I just held on to what he told me. Because, like, he realized that my uncle was my uncle. Because my uncle also works there. And so when he and I were actually dating, which we broke up, God, was it Memorial Day about? I think it was Memorial Day. Because it was like end of May when we broke up. So, when we were actually together, so like almost actually a year ago at this point, he told me that he told everyone at insert my job that he was married. But he was only saying that because he didn't want the girls there to hit on him.
And believe me, no girls were hitting on him anyway. So
But honestly, I think the only thing that made me want to be with him was the fact that he was in my little town. Also, I kind of like the height thing. I don't care about height. The height thing was nice because I could wear my tallest platforms and still be shorter than him. But can I just say how fucking power trippy wearing my tallest platforms and being taller than my current boyfriend is? It gives me such an ego boost.
he wants a goth Dami mommy.
Yeah. I'm the Rhea Ripley of the relationship. But yeah, no, everything my last ex said was a lie. And I already don't like being lied to, but I ignored it for so long. I ignored it. And I seriously sit here like, why the fuck did I ignore it? He wasn't really that attractive. I think it was literally just because he lived in my town and he was tall.
The bar is very low.
I mean, have you seen my other exes? No, you haven't. Oh my god, wait.
I mean, I've seen some pictures, but I've not actually seen them in person.
Was he the only one you met?
I think. Well, we went on that double date with
The second one.
my current partner.
Yeah.
He was nervous. Your
That ex.
boyfriend at the time.
We'll call him number 2.
Number 2.
Honestly, that is the perfect name for him. He was very nervous. To be fair, he was like that no matter what. Even when it was just me and him, it was like that.
Well, it didn't end up working out anyway, so.
No, I can't wait for you to meet the current one. I think you're gonna like him. The fact that even my dad said that he liked him for once. Oh,
I know
that's scary.
And your kitty cat loves him too.
Oh my god, she fucking loves him more than me.
It's so awesome.
She loves him more than me. When he comes over, all she wants is him.
Yeah.
I don't matter. Like, god damn it, you stole my goddamn cat.
Like, I've seen Willow's cat quite a few times at this point, and
she only came out once, and that was like one of your last times.
Yeah.
And that's after spending hours at my apartment. And even then, she was not necessarily letting you pet her.
Yeah. She was a
played
nervous
with her
baby.
string, and then she hid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have a very scared cat, and I love her. But I guess she doesn't love me anymore. She loves my partner.
That's her boyfriend.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, my boyfriend is not my boyfriend. It is her boyfriend.
All right, on to our very last point for this video.
Woo!
If they say they're not ready for a relationship, leave them alone. Sometimes they may be quite earnest in saying this. Maybe they need time to work on their mental health or whatever. But in my experience, a lot of the time when someone says they're not ready for a relationship, the silent part is with you. They're not ready for a relationship with you. So if you're wanting to be in a relationship and they're not, leave them alone. Go find someone who will appreciate you the way you deserve.
Honestly, I feel like you wrapped that one up pretty good because there's a lot of cases where they say that they don't want a relationship. Because they want only casual stuff, which if that's what you want, you do you. I'm not going to judge as long as you're being safe about it.
And you have to be upfront with what you want in a relationship or what kind of relationship dynamic you want.
Yeah, it's a two-way street.
Things like situationships just piss me off because everyone's confused and no one wants to actually talk about it. So just better to avoid it altogether.
Wasn't that your first quote-unquote relationship?
Yeah, I had never been in a relationship or any type of romantic encounter at that time. And they were, like, far ahead of me socially. Like, they were a year younger than me, and they had already, like, drank or done drugs, like smoked weed or partied or whatever. So I was a late bloomer in every sense of the word, nearly. So I was...
And also, you just weren't really into that.
Yeah, as an asexual person, I had not really sought out romantic relationships. And during this, I was like 20. I'd just turned 20. And I had never been with anyone. And he'd had some experience in relationships. And I had none, so I didn't know what was right or wrong in a relationship or what I should accept or not accept. So I didn't know any better. All I can say is I hope he found some SSRIs that work for him.
Oh? Okay, I feel so stupid. I'm gonna look this up. I don't know what that is. Oh! Oh.
Did I ever mention that he had borderline personality disorder?
No, you didn't. Oh, that's fun.
So he just decided to stop taking his medication.
Oh, no.
Because he didn't want to take it anymore and was having like withdrawals from it. So I feel like he definitely shouldn't have just quit them cold turkey, especially since he obviously needed medicine. But whatever.
Yeah, no, you right. Well, I guess
thanks for watching.
That is a great way to end the video, talking about drugs for dogs. I mean, let's be fair, I never liked that dude. The moment you showed me a picture of him, I was so sketched out.
I know, you said he looked like your brother.
He looked exactly like my brother. You can't deny it. And the worst thing was, they had the same attitude. I made fun of you religiously for that, thinking you were actually dating my brother.
I am so glad that I am not.
You're in a much happier relationship.
Yeah. Next month, we will have been together for 4 years.
God, me and my other best friend have been friends for that long? I've been stuck with that asshole for that long? Jeez! Only reason why I say that is because my other best friend, who I met in college, Sybil and I have been best friends for like literally a decade at this point, if not longer. But my other best friend I met in college, and it used to be the three of us hanging out, until he admitted that he had a crush on Sybil, and he was actually gonna ask Sybil out on a date the literal day.
And you had a crush on him at the time.
Yeah, that's beside the point. I regret that. But no, he was gonna ask Sybil out the literal day she brought her current partner to the magic night to introduce them to me, wondering what I would think.
Yeah.
They weren't dating yet, but literally the entire time I was sitting there just like, oh shit, fuck, this is awkward, because my best friend was telling me in detail 10 minutes before she walked in with her partner that he was gonna ask her out.
You've never let him live that down.
Oh no, I rub it in his face anytime he thinks that he's starting to get, start to one up me. It's like, bitch, you did this. I put him in this place. You're welcome.
Oh my god.
I constantly remind him about what he could have had. He would have never had you. That's beside the point. What he quote unquote could have had, and how you're so happy now and that he would have never given you that happiness. I am an asshole to him. But that's what he deserves. So, well, we'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions you want us to answer, we have a form in the description of this video and in our channel bio.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Sharky. Do you want any final words? Come here. Well, we will talk to y'all later.
Bye-bye!